This segment of the news is brought to you by Great Basin College, a pioneer in distance education. Your success is their tradition. Now offering over 25 degree and certificate programs in Pahrump and online.
In this week's court report, Tina Marie Parks has been sentenced to 19 to 48 months in jail after pleading guilty to perjury and prohibited acts of voter violations as part of a plea deal. Parks was arrested for various charges connected to fraudulently filling out voter registration forms by completing voter registration applications herself, thereby controlling the form and asking a question about taxes or a general topic to garner a response that she then used to register individuals only as Republican or nonpartisan. Following that arrest, Parks was later taken back into custody after testing positive for drugs. During Parks' sentencing hearing, the court adjudicated the defendant as a felon. Parks then addressed the court, apologized, and begged to be placed on probation. However, the court admonished Parks in regards to testing positive for drugs at her last hearing and for the seriousness of the crime she committed. The court then sentenced Parks to 19 to 48 months with 24 days credit for time served and a total of $28 in court fees. Parks' attorney did successfully make an oral motion for the defendant to have a 2-week period to get her affairs in order, so the court allowed Parks to turn herself in by last Friday, May 26th. Parks was also ordered to submit to random drug testing. An area man charged with indecent or obscene exposure after allegedly exposing his genitalia, masturbating, and following young females around Walmart has had his sentencing continued again. Matthew Inslee was present for what should have been his sentencing, but Inslee tested positive for an unspecified court-prohibited substance, so the court continued this matter for another date this month. Then, on the following scheduled sentencing date, Inslee tested positive for alcohol. The court sent the test to the lab for confirmation and continued sentencing again to June 16th. Court proceedings have also been continued for Aaron Cozad. He's the Pahrump young man taken into custody after allegedly using a knife to cut and injure his mother and stepfather. Cozad's attorney requests a continuance in this case to discuss global negotiations and outline the defendant's mental issues. Cozad remains in custody and is expected to enter a no-contest plea to assault with a deadly weapon, encompassing both victims. The state has agreed to recommended probation. If the defendant completes probation successfully without any violations, the violation could be reduced to a misdemeanor. Additionally, after his plea has been accepted by the court, the state will not oppose an OR release if the defendant has a plan in place to continue counseling. The state is also requesting a written statement from the defendant's parents indicating they're okay with the defendant returning home. Cozad's arraignment is now scheduled August 11th. This has been your court report. I'm Eunette Gentry for News 46.
Thanks, Eunette. A couple hundred seniors, Principal Chris Brockman and Colonel Patrick Neri, have seen their last days at Pahrump Valley High School. Brockman has taken a job at the school in Beatty and Neri in Las Vegas. Excitement and fireworks filled the air over the school's football field Friday night. Well over 200 seniors graduated on Friday night during the 2017 commencement ceremony at Pahrump Valley High School. This was Principal Chris Brockman's final day at the high school, as well as Colonel Patrick Neri and several other teachers whose careers are moving on. The event was emceed by Michaela Batsford, Senior Class President, and Savannah Greenup, who is the Student Body President. Students heard from valedictorian Joseph Sladek and Bethany Calvert, the salutatorian.
Several teachers at Pahrump Valley High School have taught us valuable lessons. Mr. Paxton, with his wide variety of sweaters, taught us, you gotta love them, taught us that if you get the incorrect answer, you're doing something incorrectly. Mr. K taught us to do what we love and find happiness in our lives. We discovered that Mr. Harris will be an all-star wrestler one day. While Coach Rieger trained us to believe that education is indeed important, but big biceps are more important. Mr. Mason and Mr. Nygaard, also known as the dynamic duo, reminded us to not forget where we come from. I speak on behalf of my graduating class when I say that our experience at Pahrump Valley High School would not have been the same without these educators, and I sincerely thank them.
The guest speaker was Mr. Gary Mason, a Pahrump Valley High School science teacher. This was followed by the issuing of diplomas, the closing by Mr. Chris Brockman, and the turning of the tassels, followed by a 5-minute fireworks show by Zambelli Fireworks.
Graduates, please turn your tassels.
Congratulations to the 2017 graduates of Pahrump Valley High School. Here's to the nights that turned into mornings, friends that turned into family, and dreams that turned into reality. To order your Pahrump Valley High School graduation DVD, give KPVM a call at 775-727-9400. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Once again, that number to call for your DVD is 775-727-9400.
And now Angela Miles has today's Business First Brief. Tapping our news, Americans are on a spending spree. The latest numbers show consumer spending posted its biggest increase in 4 months during the month of April. Economists read it as a sign that the U.S. is on solid ground. And due to that data, the Fed is likely to raise rates at its next meeting coming up this month. Consumer spending accounts for nearly 75% of the U.S. economy. Wesson Oil and Smucker Jams may soon be owned by the same company. Conagra, which owns Wesson Oil, plans to sell its oil brand to J.M. Smucker for $285 million. Reports say it will be an all-cash deal. It's expected to boost business at Smucker.
It's been hot outside. Let's take a look at our weather cam. I know that it's pretty, well, it's got a little bit of clouds out there, huh?
I see things blowing around a bit for a bit of a reprieve, a little breeze.
Yeah, that's nice. We'll find out more when Noah comes back after this break.